How much do you really need the possessions that are in your life? I personally have had times where I became attached to all my items and my closets were overflowing with stuff that I didn't really need. Every item was painful for me to throw away because I'd always imagine a future scenario where I might need it or really miss it. Now imagine going through every single item that you have with a very critical eye and getting rid of any item that isn't a hell yes. Lately, I've been inspired by Marie Kondo. I read her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, where she teaches you that every item that doesn't elicit joy in your life can be removed for a much cleaner and happier existence. When I first read the book, I got rid of 6 garbage bags of stuff, but slowly it's been building up over time, and it's time for another reboot. Watching other YouTubers like Matt Devella, it's super inspiring to see how far minimalism can be taken and the beauty in having less. So this month, my challenge is to simplify my life and be minimal. I want to build a life of, instead of always wanting more, cutting back to having less and really appreciating everything that you have in your life. It's time to minimalize. I consider myself a pretty neat and tidy guy. During my morning routine challenge, I really took to cleaning my room and getting my space really clean, and I loved it. And I felt more productive. And now, because it was New Year's Eve, I did do a little bit of partying and went to a music festival. And so the state in my room is even worse than it usually is, which is even better to be doing this minimalism challenge. I've got these drawers filled with drawings, photos, memories. I just have stuff. A watch that I got for my birthday, a present from my mum, a VR headset, pretty cool, got that for Christmas last year. A bulk buy greeting cards because you never know when you need a greeting card. My closet, it's pretty messy. This is a lot of stuff. I try to throw out things, but somehow I have a lot of things. My bathroom is in a bit of disarray. Got a little bit too many things going on. I got a juggling ball from my juggling challenge, some more stuff. I don't even know. Max's interesting things. Ooh, okay. So yeah, this is like old toys. This is funny. At school, I was like a bit silly, and I thought it'd be funny to bring only one pencil to school, and it was this giant pencil, and be like, we can't confiscate it because I can't take any notes. I once accidentally took the spoon that you use to serve lollies from the cinemas. I just accidentally took it, so I just thought, well, I've got it now, I should keep it. Sticky hands. How good are these? Sticky hands are so good. Snap a koala. A pen with an FM radio in it. A phone that clearly is going to get used a lot. Pretty cool stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to go through all this stuff. So you might have seen in previous videos some of the stuff in my house. This huge basketball game, which gets used, but I don't know if it's the best use of space. We have a ball pit. We threw a party once. We thought it'd be cool to have a ball pit. So now we have a ball pit and it just sits there taking up a lot of space. We've got just random things. Inflatable swan. A cupboard that's just overflowing. Let's keep going through. Kitchen. Like, this is our lost and found. So you can see that there's a lot of things in my house. Yeah, the goal this month is just to remove. Oh look, this is another thing from a house party, a big spinning wheel. A lot of things you acquire, you might use a couple of times. Hopefully that gives you an idea of where I'm at currently and where I can get to. So let's start minimalizing things. The first thing that I did was just tidy up my environment, and I tried to put every item in the place where it's meant to be, but I was aware that it was probably going to get worse before it gets better. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! So I'm going to start off with clothes. So I'm just going to pick an item of clothing, bring it all out on the bed, and then start removing stuff. So this is every t-shirt and singlet that I own. Seems like a lot. I'm going to go through everything and figure out how many do I actually need, fold them up, make it neat, and then go from there. So with the KonMari method, she suggests to go over an entire category and not necessarily a location. I started with all of my t-shirts. By putting them all out in front of you, you can see like how many t-shirts do you actually have, and of these, how many do you actually use? What's like the total number of t-shirts that you need in your life? So these are all of the t-shirts I'm keeping. So these are my grey ones. These ones are white, these ones are black, these are gym ones. And then these t-shirts are sentimental to me because I actually used to design t-shirt designs. So this is one of my designs, very faded out. There's another t-shirt design that I sold to a t-shirt company. I just like to have a couple of t-shirts to, go to sleep in. So these ones are all being kept. And then all of this is being donated. So a lot more stuff than I would have thought. And this is only t-shirts. So using that same method, I started going through all of my clothing and I started getting each category by category. And it was great to just see everything and start discarding and reflecting on really how much stuff that I truly had and how much do I actually enjoy. Elon Musk jumper. You gotta keep it. So I've basically gone through all my clothes now. I already was relatively minimal with clothes. Clothes was something that I'm pretty good at, yet I still had quite a lot to get rid of. These 2 bags are being donated, giving 1 jumper away to a friend, and this is trash. So 3 garbage bags, pretty good. I think clothes is going to be one of the easier ones for me, and it's going to start getting harder when it comes into sentimental and stationery and bathroom and kitchen. For my 21st birthday, I had a dress up party, and the dress up was mixing formal and fun. You could wear, a shirt with thongs or something, formal and casual at the same time. I dressed up literally 50-50 down the middle, t-shirt and shorts on one side, and then tie, suit on the other side. And my mum and the girl that I was seeing at the time helped stitch this together for me. We bought a suit from the op shop that we completely dismantled. I kind of love this costume. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's kind of beautiful at the same time. This is one of those, I'm gonna think about it. Maybe I just need to give it one more wear and then kiss it goodbye. A lot of costumes I need to get rid of. Each item has its own unique story on how it came in your life. And one of the big things Marie Kondo speaks about is, does this item spark joy? And by actually touching the item, you can determine if this is an item that's really important to you. You can see there was so many items where I had to reflect on, I wanted to reflect on the story and really think, does this item truly serve me and spark joy in my life? Or is it something that I really don't need and I'm just holding on to it because I have guilt about throwing it away? So this is a fingerboard, and it's something that you can hang off to improve your grip strength. Because I'm renting this place that I'm in, I couldn't put this up anywhere. So my friend, who's an engineer, thank you Cadence, she attached this with some hinges to a chin-up bar. And the idea was we hang this over a door opening and then I could hang from these. It was an awesome idea. We spent a few hours, a lot of time, effort went into constructing this. We put it up, I hang on it, and then I just ripped open this huge hole into the wall, so I had to patch up the walls. And then I never really used this again. So it's a cool device. I don't know what to do with it. These shoes I bought from Nike. I could put my name on it, so you can see a little Max on the back of this shoe. And I kind of like the style of this shoe, but the problem is it's very uncomfortable. As a result of that, I have worn these very few amount of times. I either need to wear them this month and see if they're any better, or I just need to get rid of them. So these are definitely a maybe, but probably leaning towards donating them. So this is everything to give to the op shop so far. So you can see there's a lot of stuff. One odd boxing glove that I found here. Costumes, a lot of costumes. Let me show you guys the wardrobe. It's come a long way, and I definitely come into this space now and it just feels relaxing and nice, and I can find things, and everything in here I like. Every single object I've thought about, so it's pretty cool. One of the things that I wanted to do with minimalism was simplify how I dress. If you've noticed in other videos, I dress pretty simple as is. This month I basically worn a black t-shirt and either green or blue shorts the entire month. It just makes things so easy. In my closet, I've got all my black shirts lined up, I've got my green shorts always out. I'm thinking about minimalism not only in terms of tidying up and creating a great space to be efficient in, but also simplifying some of the routines and processes that you do on a daily basis, so you don't have to have the energy in actually thinking about, what am I going to wear today? What am I going to eat today? You've just got a set process and a system, and if you're happy with it and it works for you, then you can just do it every day. One of Marie Kondo's tips for cleaning the kitchen is create a kitchen for the type of cook that you actually want to be. And for me, it's all about simplicity and efficiency. I have so many different devices that do different specialty things, but I never really need them. And so it's about letting go of your guilt of those unloved kitchen stuff and just getting rid of it. So I'm on my way to the op shop to donate my life away. I've got my entire back seat and boot filled with stuff. You know, it feels good. Like there's some items that I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, what if I want that item? But I actually feel like overall, I feel excited. I feel like it's a cleanse. I feel like it's something that I should have done ages ago, and that so many of these items have just been sitting there for 6 months, a year, 2 years. Some of these items are going to get used by someone else, and maybe they're going to be cherished by someone else, which is really nice. They're going to make money for charity, and yeah, they will stop taking up space in my life, so excited to get rid of them. So something really important with minimalism is actually maintaining it. And so Matt Devella, the amazing minimalist YouTuber, has a lot of different tips. Firstly, make sure you set up a system. Know where every item goes and how it's meant to be. Is it meant to be wrapped up? Is it meant to be in this place? How should it look? Control the flow of new stuff. Really be aware of purchasing, extra items now that you've gotten rid of things. Start curating your social media feed so you stop wanting more, and start leveraging that time to do other things like reading books and socializing and working on side projects and things like that. Lastly, create a routine. Maybe in your morning routine, you make your bed and do a quick bedroom tidy up, and at nighttime, you do the dishes and make sure your kitchen's clean. But actually implementing it in a routine will make sure that you stay on top of your new decluttered environment, and you can really enjoy it for the long term. So I've been living minimal now for 10 days since my room's been clean, and I've gotten rid of a lot of the things that I just really didn't need in my life. And a lot of these items that I thought I really wanted, I think in a lot of ways they were causing me anxiety and stress because they were there in my life, but I didn't actually need them or love them, but I spent money on them and I felt guilty about throwing them away. Maybe they were a present and I just didn't need the item, or maybe there was something that I bought that was expensive that turns out I didn't love. And by removing that, I'm removing some of the baggage and negative emotions associated with that. That's what Marie Kondo really teaches in her TV show and in her book. It's about finding the items that really elicit joy for you. When you touch an item, you're like, yes, I love this item. I've got only a few pairs of shoes, but I've got these shoes and I love these shoes. Like, they're really good for gym. And when I put them on, I get excited for them. The things that I've chosen to keep, they're things that I really appreciate and I'm thankful for. And so following her principles, I really feel like I've created an environment where I'm happier and just clear-minded and a bit more productive. I love this idea of not creating a life of always wanting more, creating a life of wanting less. Everything that you have, it's something that you truly love. It's been an amazing challenge, and I'd recommend that if you want to try this one, it's a fantastic 30-day challenge. It's the start of the year. Why not cleanse your environment and create a really productive place for you to have an amazing year? And so that brings me to my next challenge, which is something that I'm super nervous about. It's going back on the skateboard, and it's trying to learn a 360 flip in 30 days. It's actually less because it's February next month. My most popular video to date has been learning to skateboard, and I haven't really touched it too much since, so it's going to be crazy trying to jump back on it and learn a very difficult trick. I want to thank you guys for watching, and as always, happy learning.